boy, where you been? It's TeeJay the artist. You rock with me. You are the smartest, and we back with another video, man. We got a Jimmy High Roller video. This should be a good one. I don't think there has been not one Jimmy High Roller video that I did not like. This one says, "Is LeBron making Luka worse?" Oh, is he making him worse? Is that listen? You know when he asks a question like this, you know he finna have some stats behind it. I wonder how this video is gonna turn out. I don't think he making Luka worse. I think Luka's just trying to get the rust off. You know what I'm saying? Man just got traded. He was coming back from injury or whatever they saying he's coming back from. He playing himself into shape. Like, you gotta be devastated. Somewhere that you were supposed to be for your whole career, they just traded you away. But he trying to, you know, shake all that stuff off, trying to get accustomed to the LA life. You know what I'm saying? And when he do, boy, it's gonna get crazy. But we about to get into the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's do it. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit?
We are now 7 games into the Luka Doncic era in LA.
Luka in LA, boy.
Rough start. Things seem to be on the right path for the Lakers and their new superstar.
Okay.
But Luka still doesn't look quite like Luka.
He don't look like Luka yet.
His first 3 games with the team was statistically the worst 3-game stretch of his entire career, trailing even his first 3 games in the NBA. Now, there are plenty of great reasons why this has been the case. The man is transitioning into a completely new system. He's playing alongside new teammates and just beginning to build chemistry with them. He's coming off of the most serious injury in his career, and he's playing himself back into shape. And of
That's
course,
literally what I
he's
just
still mentally
said.
recovering from one of the most egregious cases of backstabbing.
And look at his face over there.
All of these explanations are perfectly reasonable, but some fans have elected a 4th possible reason for Luka's recent slump.
What?
This man, claiming that LeBron is to blame for Luka's struggles because he simply does not make his teammates better. In fact, some fans are...
Y'all don't think LeBron James is making his teammates better, bro? So that's the video. He about to go through all LeBron teammates. What did they say? I said this will happen. Luka's career will definitely decline. Look at every other star who joined the Lakers when LeBron was there. Westbrook and Carmelo both declined. You saying Carmelo Anthony and Westbrook, the 2 guys that are were clearly not themselves when playing with LeBron James. And I mean by past their prime selves. Carmelo Anthony. Do I even have to, like, that's such a casual take. Do I even have to say y'all put Carmelo in that? Westbrook, do we even have to speak on? Like, come on, man. Westbrook been bouncing around the league too much, and I respect Westbrook. I think he finally found his footing with the Nuggets, but come on, man. We're not gonna sit here and say that LeBron is the one that made them decline. What I say? Bosh and D Wade definitely got worse when they played with James. You talking about D Wade that when LeBron got there, he ain't had no knees no more? Man, get out of here.
Claiming. And
you talk about Bosh, the one that had to be a 3rd option because D Wade and LeBron James was on the team. Let's not say like Bosh got worse because of LeBron. Bosh was a 3rd option and he played what he was supposed to do as a role player. Let's not do that.
He never has.
Let's not do that.
And that Luka is next in line.
I said Luka. I saw that last part. It said Luka went from 30 to 14 points. Well, he just got, you know what? Stop hating on LeBron. LeBron can cure cancer. They'll be like, well, but what about diabetes though?
By LeBron and his
heliocentric,
self-serving play.
Y'all really believe this?
It's a claim that sounds outlandish.
Well, believe that.
Luka's first stretch in LA has unfolded, I've begun to see this claim more and more. LeBron simply doesn't elevate those around him. And the more I saw it, the more I began to wonder if LeBron is a great teammate or if he is just a great player. A question that led me down a rabbit hole of player testimonies, historic data, and career trajectories to uncover the truth behind if LeBron truly makes his teammates better.
Let's find out. What's y'all answer? Does he make his teammates better? Yes or no? I say yes. I say yes. And if you've been on LeBron James' team, I'm pretty sure you won a lot. That's all I got to say about that. Let's get it.
Today's video with Geek, there are lasers. Off any tickets, code Jimmy10 for 10% off any Kevin Durant only on SeatGeek.
All right, let's get it.
The year is 2007. Dirk Nowitzki is the MVP frontrunner. Steve Jobs just announced the first iPhone. Kevin Durant is still at Texas.
Hey,
LeBron just dropped a
LeBron
piece on the
James.
Pistons. An early masterpiece within his storied career and fuel to the fire both for fans and critics. At this point, the world was well acclimated to the megastar LeBron was becoming. This kid isn't just good, he may be the best player in the world.
Okay.
But does he make his teammates better? In a Slam article published in March of 2007, the question was already being...
Y'all been talking trash since 2007? If he make his teammates better? Wow. Wow.
being posed. The verdict at the time? It didn't matter. His teammates weren't good enough to make a difference anyways.
Okay,
He would
so in 2007, they brought up the question, does he make his teammates better? Then they said it doesn't matter because he gonna have to score 40 because the team is ass. That's what he
40
said.
bombs to keep his team alive come the playoffs. Which is exactly what he did.
And he did it.
When he put together one of the most
And he did it. He
ridiculous
carried.
jobs the NBA has ever seen, dragging
He carried, and he lost to the Spurs in the
NBA
finals.
Fast forward 18 years, and LeBron
He's
is
still doing the
really
same
good.
shit,
And the question
carrying.
of if he truly makes his teammates better is still being asked. The latest evidence suggesting he actually doesn't? A 25-year-old superstar, Luka Doncic, struggling to adapt to a system centered around a 40-year-old LeBron. Career lows almost across the board.
I don't-
in his
okay.
first stretch with
I think when you have a LeBron James on your team, he makes it easier for you to relax. Like, you don't, like, because LeBron is on your team, you don't have to get 30 and 40 and all of that stuff. He'll accept it, but you don't got to do that because LeBron on the team. And I think that's probably what it is.
with the team. And although there is a list of perfectly good explanations for Luka's struggles, some suggest the real problem is LeBron.
It ain't.
We have seen LeBron elevate countless teammates into real championship caliber players. But we've also seen legitimate talent get suppressed and relegated under LeBron's leadership and play style. So, is there any real validity to this argument? And is LeBron James a great teammate or just a great player?
He a great teammate.
Over the course of LeBron's career, he has played with a total of 240 players.
Let me see my name on here. Damn, nigga play with 240 people, boy. Jesus Christ. Boy, that boy done play with everybody. See, look. Okay. See, I see Shaq name on here. And I think I thought I saw Derrick Rose too. And he played with all these people. And people will say, well, he played with all these superstars too. But then if you know basketball, you know that when he played with Shaq, Shaq was nowhere near Lakers Shaq, Orlando Shaq, or even Miami Shaq. He was nowhere near. He wasn't even Suns Shaq. And then Derrick Rose on here too. And you know Derrick Rose wasn't Derrick Rose. It's like a lot of people that he played with, it was possibly past their primes, but then they'll just couple them in with being all-stars or superstars. They're like, yeah, he played with Darren Williams. It's like, okay.
But many of these were for just a handful of games. Of the 240, 110 of these teammates played with him for a considerable amount of time. At least a full season of being on the same roster.
Okay.
And out of these 110...
Okay, so he only put people in this that had a full season with Bron or multiple seasons or something like that.
Past and present teammates, only 27 of them played their best season in the league while playing with LeBron.
Okay.
That's only 25%.
Okay.
The other 75% of his teammates had their best season somewhere else.
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, I got your back, Bron. Of course, Shaq is going to be over here. Shaq's not going to have his best. So, see what I'm saying? Of course, Dwight Howard's going to be over here. Of course, Melo's going to be over here. His best season was with the Knicks and the. See what I'm saying? So you can't. Some of them you can't do that with.
But this isn't really a fair metric.
Thank
Many
you.
of these players became teammates with LeBron long after their prime years, and
I mean, see, we here. We need to do a video together.
weren't nearly as good or productive as they were prior to teaming up with LeBron.
Right.
Now, looking at the most notable and longest tenured teammates of LeBron's career, nearly all of them played better or at least had better seasons without LeBron. And most of these players were in their prime when they became teammates, including Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, and Anthony Davis. But this still doesn't address the progression or regression players have once they team up with LeBron.
Okay.
How players played in the season prior to teaming up with LeBron, how they played in the following season with LeBron, and how they played once they were no longer teammates with him.
All right, okay.
So here is
Let's rock.
every player that was a teammate of LeBron's for at least a full season's worth of games.
All right, here we go.
59 players
Let's see.
in total,
Do they play
ranging
better or
from
do they play
Avery
worse with
Bradley and
Bron?
Rashard Lewis to Anthony Davis and Chris Bosh. Now, of the 52 players who played at least a full season in the league before becoming teammates with LeBron, 26 of them saw an increase
They
in
played
their
better
value
with
and impact
LeBron.
after teaming up with him. 24 had a decrease in their value and impact, and 2 of them
And 2 of them
stayed
ain't even
virtually
do
the
nothing.
same. In other words, about half of LeBron's teammates played better, about
Okay,
half
half
of them
and
played
half.
worse, and on average, his presence was essentially a net neutral.
Okay,
But
half and half.
This is where it gets really interesting. Of
Okay.
the 45 players who played seasons following their time with LeBron, in cases where he left the team or they did,
So when he left,
34 of them saw a decrease in their
Dang.
value and impact.
okay. So playing with LeBron, half of them got better, half got worse. Then when he left, 34 other people got worse and 9 people got even better after that. That's something.
Once they were no longer teammates.
It got even
On
worse.
average,
So maybe
when
that's
players joined
maybe that's just the turning point of their careers. Was LeBron. It's like, I'm on this team and I'm about to start declining, and then when I'm gone, I actually do decline. Maybe that's what that was.
LeBron, their value
It was just
pretty
time.
much doesn't change. But once they are no longer teammates with LeBron, their value tends to fall off drastically. Why this
Sheesh.
happens is completely dependent on the situation and the player. It may be due to aging, readjusting to a new system, or probably the massive LeBron-sized void that is left in his departure. According to this data, overall, having LeBron as a teammate produces an overwhelmingly positive result versus not having him as a teammate. Breaking news, I know, right? But it also tells us that generally speaking, LeBron doesn't really make his teammates better. This data is far from perfect, but it tells us a lot about the impact LeBron has had and the role he has played throughout his career.
Okay.
Historically, LeBron has made teams better, but not often do we see players, especially
He's saying the team gets better, but not the players on the team. Huh? Well, I guess he carries so much of the load that the team just, yeah, I get it.
established players take leaps in their game as his teammate. Oftentimes, his sheer dominance and other players fitting around his playstyle being the driving force for his team's success, which is actually revealed within this data, because the players that tend to see the most improvement once they become teammates with LeBron are the ones that mesh well with his playstyle. 3-and-D off-ball scoring threats and shooters that space the floor and benefit from LeBron's playmaking.
Okay.
J.R. Smith, Mo Williams, Channing Frye,
The
Kyle
3-and-D
Korver,
guys.
Rashard Lewis, and Shane Battier. Big men have consistently also benefited from playing with LeBron. Players like Ilgauskas, Tristan Thompson, Drew Gooden, JaVale
Lob
McGee,
threats.
Ben Wallace, and Timofey Mozgov have all seen a boost in their production and efficiency while playing with LeBron. Now, the players that tend to regress once they become teammates with him are usually the high-usage, ball-dominant players that are pushed
Point
into a more
guards.
passive role
Guards.
when sharing the court with LeBron. Essentially,
Oh, AD and
former
Kevin
first
Love.
options that have to adjust to being second or at times even third options on offense, changing their touches, their rhythm, and even when
And Chris
how
Bosh.
they operate on the court. Players like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love,
Well, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, and Chris Bosh, they all came from teams that were like, they were trying to be good, but they wasn't, and they had to slide. Anthony Davis ended up being the 2 guy, but Chris Bosh had Bron and Wade, and then Kevin Love had Bron and Kyrie. So, of course, that's why their production fell.
Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo, Russell Westbrook, and possibly
It wasn't gonna get
where we
better.
might eventually find Luka
Stat-wise.
And this is the answer to the age-old question we came here to answer today. For most players, teaming up with LeBron can come with more open looks. It can mean an easier offensive assignment or a role that better suits your play style. With a playmaker as incredible as LeBron is, scoring opportunities can open up in places they never did before, in the form of lobs, skip passes, being rewarded for cutting and moving off the ball, and even being in close proximity to LeBron, granting them access to one of the sharpest minds basketball has ever seen. For the most part, it's the role players, glue guys, spot-up shooters who have benefited greatly from playing with LeBron. For these players, he does in fact make them better and more valuable on the court.
There you go.
As some would put it, LeBron is the ultimate floor raiser. For most of his career, you could give him 7 marginal talents and he would find a way to turn them into a 50-win title contending team. It is a tangible quality that has ultimately been a blessing and, at times, a curse. The blessing is that regardless of who LeBron is playing with,
he gonna win.
Is the offense. The curse is that regardless of who LeBron is playing with, he's still the offense. And this floor-raising superpower seems to get neutralized the further off the floor it gets. For elite players who are accustomed to running an offense tailor-made for them and their pace and their play style, playing with LeBron is a massive adjustment. The more your game is predicated on operating with the ball in your hands, the less likely playing with LeBron is going to elevate your game. And so it ends up being the best, high-usage, high-profile, ball-dominant players that usually see a slight decline in their production and impact once they become teammates with LeBron. It's Chris Bosh and Kevin Love going from bona fide first options to hyper-efficient third options with a lighter offensive load. It's players like Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade going from offensive engines to pieces in what inevitably becomes LeBron's offense. In 2018, Kevin Pelton of ESPN used the Shaney projection system to find out if LeBron made his teammates better. And after analyzing 25 different teammates of LeBron from 2014 to 2018, the numbers indicated that only 9 of them met or exceeded their projected impact once teaming up with LeBron. Pelton's final conclusion after conducting his analysis: any team with James must be careful not to invest too many resources on players who are best with the ball in their hands. Instead, the focus should be finding role players whose games will mesh well with LeBron's. And although teaming up with LeBron is a transition that has proven to be purely incompatible for some players, a lighter offensive burden is not necessarily an indicator of regression.
There you go.
In many cases, sacrificing box score numbers and shot attempts and usage is a sacrifice necessary to win. For every player that was forced to take a backseat and transform their game for the sake of LeBron and the team, there's a player who's found success and improvement in being teammates with LeBron. Because LeBron may or may not make you a better player, but he has perpetually made teams better. And it's a trade-off that most players are
Do you want to win?
If they want to win. Dwayne Wade said that LeBron is the best teammate you could ever have. Chris Bosh said playing with LeBron was a dream and that the game was easy with him. Kevin Love said LeBron made the game easier for all of us. Anthony Davis said LeBron is the best leader I've ever played with. He makes
there's your answer. Is he a great teammate? Boom.
Sentiment of most players that have
here's your teammates.
He is the best player in the world and an even better teammate. LeBron put me in a position to succeed. He's a great teammate. He's a great teammate. He made the game easier for all of us. LeBron is the ultimate teammate. LeBron makes the right play every time. He is
There you go. There's your answer.
The numbers and data may get us closer to an objective truth behind this question, but it's the personal testimonies from teammates themselves that, to me, speak louder than anything. And all of this information that we gather here today gives us a small glimpse at where this duo may end up and the sacrifices that will be necessary if they want to tap into their full potential of what they can be as teammates. For 2 decades, LeBron has been the centerpiece to every roster he's ever been on. 240 teammates over the course of 22 years, all of them fitting around him. But at the age of 40, it might be time to pass the torch to a player who is ready to fill a role only LeBron once could. LeBron and Luka may be able to coexist just as they are without compromising their games. But if history has shown us anything, regardless of the talent available, and especially if the talent available is extraordinary, in order to be great, someone has to be willing to recalibrate their game in exchange for winning and what's best for those around them. A sacrifice that many great players have made for LeBron, and one that he may soon have to make for his teammate.
Yeah, I will say this. You might be able to say that this is the first time LeBron James isn't the best player on his team. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But is LeBron making Luka worse? No. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.